Mangalaba, this is the weekly highlight news of Radio NUG. I'm James. Here are the news highlights for this week. The Union Minister for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of NUG, Daw Zin Mar Aung, said that efforts are being made to successfully terminate the Spring Revolution as soon as possible. The National Unity Government Cabinet Ministers and East Timor President m.CDMMyanmar meets in the US. Ambassador m.CDMMyanmar will continue to serve as Myanmar's ambassador to the United Nations and other interesting news. These are the weekly news details. The Union Minister for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of NUG, Daw Zin Mar Aung, spoke to the public in an interview in New York, USA on 21st of September, indicating that efforts are being made to successfully end the Spring Revolution as soon as possible. I would like to express that we fully understand and sympathize with the feelings of the people who live in insecurity. Some of them sacrificed their lives, some are still in prison, some are facing tremendous social problems, some are being tortured, and some villages were burned down by terrorist military forces. To be able to finish this revolution as soon as possible, it is our responsibility to put an end to the public's suffering. We will carry out this responsibility honestly and with the support of the public. It has recently been stated that the military, political and economic combat funds would be increased. This year will be essential in determining the outcome of the revolution. The Union Minister for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of NUG, Daw Zin Mar Aung, the Union Minister for the Ministry of Health and Education of NUG, Dr. Daw Zin Mar Aung, Deputy Minister for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of NUG, m.CDMMyanmar, Deputy Minister for Human Rights of NUG, m.CDMMyanmar, and Ambassador m.CDMMyanmar met with the East Timor President m.CDMMyanmar, who is in New York City, United States of America, to attend the 78th United Nations General Assembly on 21st of September. At the meeting, he discussed the ongoing process of working with Timor and the issue of the obtaining international support. Timorese President m.CDMMyanmar also mentioned about Myanmar in his speech at the United Nations General Assembly and urged the international community to assist the Myanmar people. The Deputy Minister for the Ministry of Electricity and Energy of NUG, m.CDMMyanmar, reviewed concerning on the strength of the PDF force in September. The Deputy Minister highlighted that NUG government, which started without any military force, and now it has become the most powerful military force and steering the revolution in the country with more than 300 PDF troops. According to the connection between hard power and soft power, if the COC will be implemented, the power projection of the NUG and related organizations in the revolution will affect the revolution and politics. It is needed to build a stronger understanding in alliance relations and not see the growth of this force as a threat. It can be used as a force to win the revolution and be beneficial. The National Unity Government announced that it would hold the People's Resistance Movement on 7th of September 2021. Currently, over 30,000 members of the military council have died during the 2 years of the People's Resistance Movement. According to reports, Ambassador m.CDMMyanmar will continue to serve as Myanmar's ambassador to the United Nations. The United Nations Credentials Committee will decide whether to extend Ambassador m.CDMMyanmar's tenure as Myanmar's permanent representative for another year. However, since the new committee reconstituted for this year has not made a single decision since 5th of September, the representatives of the countries approved last year will remain present in the current period. Monica Greeley, the spokesperson of the President of the General Assembly, told the press, "The Military Council is not permitted to represent the United Nations." The Union Minister for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of NUG, Daw Zin Mar Aung, stated that in an interview that even though the NUG is not allowed to sign, it retains to have the right to represent the people's rights. The Myanmar Accountability Project a British-based Myanmar activist, issued a statement supporting and welcoming the extension of Ambassador Ujomothong's position as a representative of Myanmar from the United Nations Qualifications Committee. The representative of NUG in the Czech Republic, U Lin Tan, informed on 21st September that it is now possible to apply for the birth certificate of Myanmar citizen at the NUG for expatriate Myanmar family members. The Ministry of Home Affairs and Immigration of NUG has issued an updated birth certificate application form for Myanmar family members residing overseas. Those interested in applying can now fill out the birth certificate application form on the Ministry of Home Affairs news website page. You can pay the equivalent of $10 through DMMK after completing the application, and if you have difficulties paying the fee, you can explain the benefits, and if you cannot afford $10, you will be exempted. These are the weekly highlight news of Radio NUG. We will present more interesting weekly local news to you. Thanks for joining our news.